You are listening to Finessing the Essay, a podcast where New Design High School students share their stories about crafting their personal essays for their college applications.
Hi, everyone. So today we're going to talk about the essays that we did in DFL. But first, we'll introduce ourselves. My name's Jessica. I'm really excited to be talking with you about your work. Can you guys go around and tell us your names?
My name is Success.
My name is Bridgett.
My name's Arianna.
Great. So let's start by talking about a little bit of the writing process and what you chose to write about in your essays, and maybe like where you started with that process.
So what I decided to write was my childhood and interest I had throughout my childhood leading up to now and how it impacted me and my life and the way I view the world.
What I decided to write about was my ethnicity and the environment that I grew up in and how it actually shaped me. And even the environment that I go in school also helped shape me. So,
I wrote about not fitting in the black girl stereotypes, and I also put all the ideas that I brainstorm all together.
Yes. I'm really glad you said that because I'm curious, how did you get to those topics? Did you do like a brainstorm, or was it something that you were just thinking about? Did you see something that made you want to explore these topics?
Well, for starts, what gave me the idea was the fact I used to go to Community of Unity, right? And in that class, we also do a lot of work of expressing yourself. And since I don't really write about myself often, I just decided to take that opportunity to do that.
Nice.
I would say that I do a lot of reflecting in my life. Usually I'll think about how my parents treated me, how my siblings treated me, and how the school I go to is treating me at the moment. So I think it was rather an easy prompt for me to answer. So.
Nice.
What was the question?
How did you come up with the topic? You specifically said that were you writing a list, or you were writing some stuff down? How did you come up with that topic?
Well, I too don't really write about myself or reflect. So I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that. And I actually just brainstorm some things that I like about myself or that doesn't really fit into one category. So yeah.
Why do you think it's so hard to write about yourself? Since you both said that, I'm curious, because I agree it's super hard to write about yourself and to write about your own experience. But what do you think is most difficult about writing about yourself?
I guess getting all your thoughts and ideas on paper, because it can just go just get away from you really fast. And it's also hard to actually reflect on yourself because there's a bunch of things that would happen or that you experience.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Wait, so what was that?
I said, why do you think it's hard to write about yourself or your experiences?
I'm not really sure about that one because I'm still trying to find the answer to that one. I think maybe it's because when you write about yourself, sometimes some people think that you're showing off, or yeah.
I think psychologically that a lot of people are insecure about themselves and they mainly look at the downfall that they have. So usually when they like try to like think about good things about themselves or just think about themselves in general, they either think about like bad memories or like the insecurities as they have. So
Yeah, maybe not like seeing it from a positive perspective. How did writing your personal statement essay help you reflect on your life experiences?
well, it made me realize that my parents always tried their best for me, but even though it wasn't the best as they could do, but it did shape me up for who I am today, and I feel like it made me more independent and more immature. I mean, more mature for who I am, and like I wanted to strive for more, and like for my other, like if I want to have kids in the future, that my kids could like strive for more as much as I wanted to.
Nice.
Um, I feel like I don't know. Me writing my essay, right? It made me realize that the environment I was in wasn't the right place for like my interests. Cause when I was in those specific environments, they didn't offer anything that catered to my interest. So that's one of the main reasons why I ended up going to school in Manhattan, because they have more things that's for my interests.
Nice.
What was the question?
The question was, how did writing your personal statement help you reflect on your life experiences?
Um, it helped me reflect that I don't need to like fit in like a category that society made up, and that I can be myself and don't need to like impress anyone, and just have my own interests and have my own personality.
What do you hope that because this is for like college admissions, right? When a college were to read your personal statement, what do you think would be like the one thing that you would hope that they take away from it about you as an individual? Or about your experience in general? Like, what's the one thing that you hope that they see after reading your essay?
I would hope that like they will understand that with all like the trials and tribulations that I went through, even as a child, that they still see that like I maintained my GPA and I maintained like a lot of curricular activities, and I work hard for what I can give, so I can give that same working hard attitude into the school I want to get into.
Based off the way my college essay went, I really hope that they look at it, right, and they realize this person, they really want to do things that's like really outside of themselves or bigger than themselves, because they're still trying to look for what type of skills that they have and what type of opportunities is out there, and they're still like they're young. So once they actually find something that's for them, they'll be dedicated to it.
Nice, I like that.
I hope the colleges take away from my essay is that I'm not trying to be in like one category. I want to be in like different categories and in different groups. So I'm open to like just I'm just open minded to having different experiences and also like trying new things.
Do you guys have any questions for each other about what you wrote about?
Bridgett, like how did the kids treat you back in school, since you said like you never fit in a type of category?
They wouldn't they would used to bully me because I was quiet and I wasn't very talkative, and I wasn't really talkative, and I don't know. I was just to myself, and I guess they didn't like think that was good because young kids usually are like open to talking to other people and open to like making friends, but I wasn't like that.
Did you ended up finding peace in your circumstances?
Yeah, I found out that I like being reserved and like being to myself, and I'm not like desperate to like make friends or desperate to have just be talkative and take myself out of my comfort zone if I don't have to. But I learned to like myself more.
So do you know like any circumstances that started leading up to this, like growing up?
Um, no, I was always quiet, always reserved.
So what type of majors y'all want to major in the future, like in college?
Um, Psychology.
Psychology, political science, and law.
So what brings you to these majors, and what caused you to be interested in them?
Repeat that.
So what brought you to have an interest in these majors, and what makes you want to, pursue them?
I would say with my personal experience, I dealt with mental health a lot, so I think I would rather like help other adolescents with mental health, for I know it's like very difficult for them to like actually like express how they feel or like say the emotions that they feel. And for law, I know like a lot of black children and people of color in general just get like a lot of misjudgment and stereotypes and misogyny and sexual assault in general. So I just feel like someone needs to stand up for them, and it may be difficult, but I just feel like if like with the hard work and dedication that I put in is mainly achievable.
I also want to add on because I personally don't know enough about mental health, and I also know that a lot of people suffer from it and don't like get help or don't want help, and I want to be able to find a way to help them, if without like forcing it upon them, but I just want people to like get help.
And learn about it. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think so often it's not real, like a lot of people don't know what resources are available, and just educating people about mental health. I think that's huge. What about you? Success?
What about mental health?
No, what about your major that you're interested in?
Damn, I have like a lot of majors. I want to do many things. Like, I'm interested in biology, acting. Well, I mostly like, acting because, like, I want to make films and stuff. I want to write my own stories and put it out on the screen. Because I feel like that's another way to express yourself. Like, making films and making scripts. I've always been interested in that.
That's awesome. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Based on all of these things, I feel like I see a lot of amazing things in 5 years for all three of you, but where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's like a really good question because every year I find myself in like weird circumstances that puts me in a position to make money or, do something that's going to get me into a higher position. So I have a lot of hope for myself. I could see myself, eventually, being on TV. And also, I see myself being on TV, but at the same time, I have like, a job to keep the money coming in.
Nice.
I see myself either like being like a law intern at the moment or like still like studying to get my PhD.
Probably working somewhere to save up for college, and also saving up for college and working to get my like business license because I also want to own a business. Maybe helping my mom with her business,
What's your mom's business?
She, she has like a boutique.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, real last question. What advice would you give to younger students who are just starting the writing process?
I feel like don't overthink it too much, honestly. And, you know, whatever interest that you have now, just put it on paper. Or if you feel like you've went through like any type of challenges, like, you know, growing up, whether it's in elementary school, middle school, I feel like you should add that too, because it's going to add more depth to like what you're writing about. And it's going to make it to where the writing piece has personality instead of just, oh, I'm just listing down interests.
I would say like make it unique, because like I feel like a lot of college admissions, they like kind of hear like the same stories as sometimes. But I feel like if like you make it unique and like make it different, like I heard a college story about like Costco, and that was pretty unique. So I think like make your experience unique that catches the admissioner, like the admissions like eye at that moment.
I don't really know. Maybe just like sit down and write about yourself, like all the things that you like about yourself that you don't like, positives, negatives. Maybe ask people around you, like what do they think about you, or like what like experiences that they had with you. Just like put stuff together and piece by piece. Yeah.
That's a really great idea. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of these great things.
You have been listening to Finessing the Essay, a Spark Campus Studio production.